Bunge la mwananchi. Bunge la mwananchi. Members of the fourth estate, fellow Kenyans, members of Bunge la mwananchi, good afternoon. We are gathered here this afternoon to make this press briefing following the AUC elections which were held on Saturday. As Bunge la mwananchi, under the office of the National Chairman Bunge la mwananchi, activist Lawi Oyugi, and the Speaker Aga Itenye, we are here to make this press briefing in order to thank President William Samuel Ruto for supporting former Prime Minister Raila Odinga morally and financially in pursuing the AUC chairmanship. With me here are Bunge la mwananchi leaders from the National Chairman Lawi Oyugi. Then we have the Speaker Aga Itenye. We have the Secretary General Nicholas Kimanzi. The Deputy Speaker is here, Rotich, and the Attorney General, Comrade Bush, and all other leaders. And the Deputy Women Rep is also here, and the Chief Whip. So, we shall make a very brief press statement to thank His Excellency President Ruto for his generosity and kindness in supporting the former Prime Minister for the AU bid. Although we lost, but we appreciate the resilience, bearing in mind that AUC position is a position that requires very intensive diplomatic persuasion. So garnering 22 votes at that level is not a small thing. I think we have won as a nation, though we have lost that position. So I would invite the Attorney General to read the formal statement. Then the other leaders will make off the cuff remarks. Welcome.
Viva, viva, viva!
Bunge la mwananchi.
Nguvu mashinani.
Bunge la mwananchi.
Nguvu mashinani.
Thank you very much. My name is Comrade Bush. I'm the Attorney General of Bunge la mwananchi. Today, as Bunge fraternity, we have assembled here to issue a statement in response to the outcome of the AUC elections. It reads as follows. Bunge la mwananchi wishes to convey our profound gratitude to the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Samuel Ruto, for fronting and giving his unwavering support to Right Honorable Raila Odinga, candidate for the Africa Union Commission Chair. Equally, we wish to convey our congratulations to His Excellency Raila Odinga for presenting a visionary and a transformative agenda for African Union, regardless of the outcome of this particular election. More importantly, Raila was not just a candidate. Raila represented the voice of Africa, the struggle and the unflinching dream for a better continent. Kenya remains grateful for the support of the 22 heads of states, and we wish to tell them that the unflinching solidarity with the Republic of Kenya during this time will no doubt strengthen our traditional ties both at bilateral and multilateral level. To the rest of African leaders who chose to look elsewhere, we have taken note of your stance with regard to our diplomatic relations. Sooner rather than later, you will know the vision that you lost, and your own countrymen will blame you for taking this regrettable decision. As you all know, that the founding fathers of Africa as a continent had a presentiment that one day the aspiration of a continent that would be free from poverty, a continent where everybody will enjoy freedom, would one day be achieved. And Raila was an embodiment of this aspiration. Our security system, under the competent leadership, it also deserves a special place for providing necessary support needed to ensure safety of the Kenyan candidate, Senator Raila Odinga, and his delegation during the campaigns and the elections at Addis Ababa on Saturday. However, Bunge la Mwananchi wishes to note with disappointment that as the nation converges behind the spirit of patriotism, in order to emerge from this electoral loss with strength, a section of politicians have mounted a barrage of propaganda attack against the security apparatus, blaming them for the AU loss. I think we are all convenient with the sentiments that currently are being circulated. Some members of parliament who are elected are blaming the security apparatus for the loss of Raila. But Bunge la Mwananchi wishes to affirm in no uncertain terms that the security apparatus competently executed their mandate as far as providing security for the Right Honorable Raila Odinga is concerned and his delegation. And therefore, anyone who blames them is trying to engage in a game of deception, and therefore, as Bunge la Mwananchi, we think that this is ridiculous and unfortunate to blame security apparatus. The security architecture of the country played a critical role in the AUC campaigns, providing security as required as the Prime Minister traversed Africa. There was no security lapse during the period of the campaigns due to the competent leadership espoused and provided by the security system of our country. Kenya has seasoned and traditional diplomats who are well trained to undertake diplomatic enterprise. Therefore, this was clearly a diplomatic activity, and when there is a diplomatic failure, they should blame diplomats who are trained and paid for that purpose, and not security apparatus. Kenya equally has traditional and seasoned politicians who are well trained to undertake political enterprises. Therefore, if the politicians think that the campaigns were not conducted properly, they should blame themselves because that was the purview of politicians. Diversionary rhetoric by a section of political leaders to blame the security apparatus is misplaced and professional, and more importantly, a continuation of the old dark playbook of politicians blaming the security system for their own failures. We call on the people of Kenya to foster the spirit of condemnation and reject with ceremony and in glowing terms any attempt by political leaders to drag our professional security agencies into their political blame games, as this clearly undermines the integrity of that which is guaranteed by the Constitution of the security system of the Republic of Kenya. We call on the leadership of Parliament, especially the political party leadership in Parliament, to initiate necessary disciplinary measures against these specific politicians, because we have seen their tweets circulating online who are blaming the security apparatus. So those two remarks, I want to invite the chairman, Bunge la Mwananchi, the national chairman, Dr. Yugi, before other leaders make their remarks, to append his honorary signature on this statement so that it is binding as the official position of Bunge la Mwananchi.
Viva, viva, viva! Viva! Viva, viva, viva!
Viva! Bunge la Wananchi! Bunge la Wananchi! Bunge la Wananchi! Asante sana wanabunge wenzangu. Kwa majina, mimi ninaitwa Bwana Yugi, mimi ndiye Bwana Yugi. I'm the national chairman Bunge la Wananchi Kenya. Today tuko hapa kutoa habari, na habari imesomwa na our Attorney General. Na vile imesomwa, hiyo ndio misimamo, that is our stand as members of Bunge la Wananchi. Na ile tunaweza ongeza katika hayo ni moja tu ama mbili. Tunasema asante kwa Rais wa Kenya Daktari William Samoei Ruto kwa kusimama na nchi ya Kenya katika bara la Afrika. Tumeona umesimama na nchi ya Kenya passionately, na sisi watu wa bunge tunasema wewe rais, tuko na wewe kwa roho yetu mpaka ile siku Mwenyezi Mungu atarudi katika hii nchi ya Kenya, ichukue wana Kenya. Ya pili, sisi kama wanabunge tunasema wale nchi 22 walisimama na nchi ya Kenya, walisimama na nchi ya Kenya katika hii uchaguzi wa AU. Sisi wanabunge la Kenya, wananchi wa Kenya, tunasema ni asante
kabisa,
na tunasema ni asante, na tunaendelea tukiambia nchi yetu tutafanya kazi na nyinyi, na tunaomba waziri wetu wa Foreign Affairs waangalie hizo hao mainchi sana, kwa sababu tunawajua, na wale wa mainchi ambayo waliona si mzuri wa kusimama na Kenya, we are watching you. Now it is better we know our enemies and we know those who cannot stand with us. We will, with the same spirit, we will advise our Foreign Affairs Ministry to work with you accordingly. Yes. Sisi kama bunge la wananchi tunasema asante kwa ndugu yetu Raila Amolo Odinga kabisa kwa kuongoza sisi wana Kenya katika bara la Afrika. Raila apigiwe makofi, asipigiwe. Tunasema asante sana baba kwa kuuza bandera ya Kenya katika Afrika nzima, na tunakuombea. Tunasema kuteresa sio kuanguka. You have another day baba. You just come back home and settle peacefully. Kenyans are with you and we are with the president. With those few remarks, Mungu wabariki, wabariki wanabari, wabariki members wa bunge la wananchi. Kwa hayo machache nitaweka saini yangu.